What's up guys? On today's video, I'm going to show you how to repair some old deer antlers and walk you through the steps on how to do it. So stay tuned. Alright, so first things first, there's a few things you're going to need for this project. You're going to need some epoxy sculpt, some matte clear, some wood stain, some glue, a donor horn if necessary, some rags, scuff pad and sandpaper, screws, metal wire or metal rod, some colored pencils, a foam brush, and maybe some paint brushes. I'm sure I'm missing something, but you'll see what I use throughout the video. So the antlers I'm repairing in this video are actually from another set from this deer, and this is actually a set that I had previously redone, and it's a decent job, but this next set's going to look a lot better. This was a deer that we had on our property. He was a super nice 8-pointer, and my uncle actually found this set and another set from a different year of this deer. But the set that I'm going to be redoing, one side was in really bad shape. It's got the G2, G3, and part of the main beam missing, and the eye guard's completely gone. So I'm going to use this set to help me out with the next set I'm going to be building, to go off measurements and different things and try to make it look the best I can. So now that we got the supplies, let's get to it. So the first thing I've done before anything else is I took a lot of measurements from these sheds and this good shed here, and I have a lot of reference photos to go off of to get this as close as I can to match the original horn before it got all chewed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there and I'm going to actually cut these and use my donor horn, cut the pieces off I need from it, and put these together with epoxy sculpt. And what I'm going to have to do too is actually go in here and put metal wires or like metal rods into the tines and main beam and whatever pieces you're adding on here. You want to have something in there that'll keep it structurally sound and keep it from breaking apart. So that'll be pretty fun. There's a lot missing. Well, as you can see, I got the tines on here and the main beam. I got an eye guard. But after doing this and looking at it, I think these tines are just too straight compared to my reference photos on my trail camera and this other shed. This side definitely has more of a curl to it on the tips, I think. But to me, just looking at it, this side just looks too straight. So I think I'm gonna have to end up cutting these tines and bending them in a little bit. And I think it's gonna look a lot better. But if you notice the eye guards, they're kind of crooked too. But based on that deer's eye guards at the time, his eye guards like swooped to one side. So that's why this looks like this. And this one was actually chewed up, and I actually put an eye guard off just an old deadhead that I found. And I put that eye guard on there. So it actually blended in pretty good. I like how that looked. So this one's gonna take a lot more work, but the next step I'm gonna do is go ahead and cut these, bend them a little bit, and then get them ready to do the epoxy sculpt. So it's not looking too bad. I got my marks. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the tips of these tines. Whew. Stinks. When you cut into that bone, it smells so bad. But all right, next I'm gonna drill holes in here, get these in position where I want them, and I can glue them. I should look a lot better, I think, yeah. All right, now I'm ready to drill these holes. All right, I got the holes drilled. I gotta do it in the tines. Okay, so now that I got the holes drilled, I'm gonna just put a screw in there. You can use wire, there's different ways you could do this, but I'm just gonna put the screw in there, cut it off, and then use that to put my pieces together. See how bad it looks. That one. All right. It doesn't look the greatest right now at the moment, so I'll just kind of piece together, but you get the idea. It'll look a lot better once I get the epoxy sculpt on there and blend it all in. Just need to get it glued in now. Move on to the epoxy. Let that set and dry once I get it in place. You can also take some tape it in place where it doesn't move. Go ahead and put a couple pieces on there. In case it decides to move. Alright, so I'll let that dry for a little while. That seems pretty good. What I'm going to do next is take this epoxy sculpt. It's a 2-part epoxy. It just fills some of these gaps, and then come back later, use water, and smooth everything out. That's what I'm gonna do next, and we'll see how it goes. But I noticed when you're mixing this stuff up, you wanna make sure to mix it really well. What I usually do, I just break it up with my fingers. Then once I got it broke up multiple times, I'll kind of roll it up in a ball, kind of. As you can see, just filling in everything. I couldn't help myself. I had to go get some water. When you're working with it when it's dry, it's really hard to smooth out the edges and feather them out. So to me, I've always liked using water. So I'm gonna work with this with the water, and then we'll see how it turns out. It's kind of rough here and there. Need to be smoothed out a little more. I got some tools I'm going to try to use to help get some detail in here. Got this side guard looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I got this side guard looking pretty good too. This one wasn't quite as bad. It just was chewed up. I had to put that end on there. Just got to clean up where these chew marks are on the ends of the tines and stuff. And finish this one up. Alright, so I finally got the epoxy all put on here. Next I'm going to sand it, and I'll have to put the horns on that skull plate. I'll let this set overnight and dry, and it's time to start sanding. I'm going to try to do both sides and hopefully not have to put any more epoxy on it. So we'll see how it turns out. I'll show you when I get done sanding it how it looks. I'm actually pretty happy with how this is turning out, but I got a little bit more sanding to do right here, and should pretty well be done with this. Then I'm going to drill some holes in here, put it on the skull plate, and I'm going to paint it like a off-white is what I'd prefer. You probably wouldn't have to paint them, but I like to paint them just to get everything one color consistently, and then I'm going to stain them. Going to use the Skull Master on this. Okay, I got the horns mounted on the skull plate now. The horns like to move around and they swivel. So went ahead and put some epoxy down here on the bases just to keep them from moving. Now they're ready for paint. Alright, well, I got the horns painted now. The wind was blowing out there when I painted these, so it was kind of a pain, but looking pretty good. Everything seemed to blend in pretty decent really. All the joints and everything, where I had to add the tines in there, the end of the main beam. I added this little point right here that he had with the epoxy. Got the eye guard blended into the base, got the other eye guard fixed. I actually added a couple more screws too to the bases to keep everything from moving, so turning out pretty good. The next step now is to stain it, so I'm gonna go out in the garage, put some stain on it and see how it looks. All right, so the stain that I'm gonna be using for this is actually a wood stain, and the color is Honey 272, the brand's Minwax. I believe this is the same one that I used before on my other set of horns. This should be pretty close to the color of horns from deer around this area. So these horns were so faded and everything, I didn't really have any color to go off of with this specific deer. But I've got other deer horns around that I've killed from this area, so it should be pretty close to that. That's what I'm gonna try to kind of mimic. So I'm gonna use a rag to put this on, maybe a sponge brush, and we'll see how it looks. One thing about this stain though, I've coated this with paint, with the oil-based paint, and this stain is gonna take a long time to dry, and you may have to do different coats, just depending. But I'm gonna coat these horns, and later on you can kind of take some of these tips around the bases and different things where a deer would naturally be rubbing trees and stuff to kind of mimic that natural look and wear. So we'll see how it looks. We'll start putting it on here. All right, so I got both sides done now. It's gonna have some shine to it. Don't worry too much about that, because later on you can sand it down, or you can put a matte finish on it and sand it down. But it's gonna take a while to dry, just how this stain works. But you can see just the natural, it has a pretty natural color to it, you know, for this first base coat. And once you get this going, you can put as many coats as you want and darken it up. Come back through here with a rag and just wipe off the stain to make these tips lighter colored, or later on just get some sandpaper and sand it down real lightly. There's different ways you can do this. You just have to really play around with it. I'm gonna let this dry probably for a few days, and just kind of keep an eye on it and see how good it's drying. And I'll come back and probably do another coat and work on the bases and stuff. So we'll see how it looks the next few days. All right, well, I was going to wait a few days, but I've been checking on this and it's actually drying fairly decent. Probably because I didn't put like a whole lot on here the first time and try to overdo it. I tried to just put a thin layer on, so I'm gonna try to put another layer on here now, see how it looks. The stain is starting to dry a little bit, seems like. It's still fairly tacky, but you can see I started on this side just to give it a try. I started using this scuff pad here, and I just went over that and see how that's real shiny. When I started going over this, it really started giving it a matte finish and kind of a natural look. I want to just work my way around this and kind of just play around with it lightly, scuffing it as I go, and we'll see how it turns out. This is how the left side's looking so far. The right side's pretty much untouched. I like to put more like white on the tips of the eye guards and the tines, like he's been rubbing on trees. Even down here, like on the burrs, on his bases and stuff. You start taking that off where it would naturally wear from rubbing on trees and sparring and fighting with bucks and stuff. I noticed if you just barely put some of that stain on there and just go and touch up areas and try to blend some spots in that you may have sanded off too much, just gives it some texture. It helps kind of blend those harsh lights and darks together. I'm gonna keep working on this though, just touching it up, adding stain, taking away stain, scuffing it, using the foam brushes, using a rag, whatever technique I can use to make it look as good as possible. The horns are at the stage now that I've touched them up enough I feel pretty comfortable with it now to move to the next step, which is going to be using a matte clear. After that matte clear gets on there and dries, then I can start putting detail work in with like colored pencils and stuff. And then hopefully get all these shiny areas out of the antlers too, because right now that stain is just way too shiny. So I'm gonna take it out there and I'll show you and put some clear coat on it. I'll give you some close-up shots of some of the detail work that I put in here. Time for some clear. Wind's just picking it up, taking it away. All right, getting close to being finished here. What I'm gonna do next, I'm using these Prismacolor colored pencils. I just have a few different brown color tones to work with. I'm gonna go in here on the tines and do a few lines and do a little bit of detail work in there. So I'm gonna get to finishing this and I'll show you how it turns out. Okay, so there is one thing that I'm going to actually add to this because the tines just look too smooth, like the color's just too evenly distributed through here. So I'm gonna have to add some texture with this brush to get it to look more natural like the other side. So it looks shiny right now, but once we get it all cleared and everything, it should be good. So. I'm almost done. I'm on the last stage here. Just using this to tone it down a little bit. It's got a little bit of shine. All right, guys. I'm really happy with how it's turned out, so here it is.